Hello students, Unit 2 Current Electricity Revision Continuation video. Here in this video we will see the book back question from the subtopic, that is energy and power in an electric circuit. Okay, first of all let me go for the short answer question, that is what is electric power and electric energy. Electric power is the rate of doing electric work. Okay, and electric energy is a capacity to do electric work. First of all, electric energy. The electric potential energy gained by the charge carriers as they move through the potential difference V is energy. Okay, that is electric energy. That means the charge carriers getting the energy and will move in a conductor by applying this potential difference. This can be represented as du is equal to V dq. The energy can be written as energy is equal to power into time, that is capacity to do work. Okay, the unit of energy is joule or kilowatt hour. Okay, then power. The electric power is the rate at which the electric potential energy is delivered. Okay, I already told it is a rate of doing work. Okay, that means rate at which the potential energy is delivered, that is known as power. Power can be written as P is equal to V dq by dt. Okay, here dq by dt is a rate of flow of charge. Okay, that can be represented as I, and P is equal to V into I. The unit of power is watt. Okay, then next question, derive the expression for power P is equal to VI in an electrical circuit. Okay, we know power is a rate at which electric potential energy is delivered. Okay, so we can write P is equal to energy by time, du by dt. We know du is equal to V dq. Okay, substitute here, then we get V dq by dt, then dq by dt is equal to current, then P is equal to V into I. We get power P is equal to V into I. Okay, the next question, write down the various forms of expression for power in electrical circuit. Okay, here we know the formula for power P is equal to V into I. Okay, we can write Ohm's law, V is equal to IR, then substitute V value here, then we get I square R. Okay, here power expression for electric power in terms of V and I. Here I and R, here we can write in terms of V and R. By applying Ohm's law, we can write Ohm's law as I is equal to V by R. Substitute I here, we get V square by R. Here power in terms of V and R. Okay, here in power in terms of I and R. Okay. See, to answer the question, first question, that is energy and power. Okay, we need to know energy. Okay, power. Here energy, it is a capacity to do work. Okay, that is defined as E is equal to power into time. And power is the rate of doing work, then P is equal to V dq by dt, or power is equal to du by dt, or power is equal to work done by time. Okay, this can be represented as P is equal to V into I. Here it is power energy is equal to power into time. The unit is kilowatt hour, here its unit is watt. Okay, then second question, that is derive the expression for power P is equal to VI. We have to solve P is equal to VI. We know power is equal to du by dt. Power is a rate at which the electric potential energy is delivered. Okay, we know du is equal to V dq by dt. Okay, dq by dt, that is current, then power is equal to V into I. Okay, power is a product of voltage and current. Then third question, other forms of power. Okay, power in terms of, we can write power in terms of current and resistance. We know P is equal to VI. Okay, we know V is equal to IR. Substitute here, then we get V became IR into I, then we get I square R. Here power in terms of I and R. Okay, we can write power in terms of V and that is okay, V and R. Okay, for this we have to substitute I is equal to V by R. Okay, substitute here, then we get V by R, then V square by R. Okay, the next subtopic, that is electric cell and battery. Okay, electric cell and batteries. First question, that is What do you mean by internal resistance of the cell? Okay, internal resistance is a resistance offered by the electrode and electrolyte of the cell. We know very well inside the cell there is only the two components. One is known as electrode, that are the metal, okay, that can conduct current, and electrolyte, okay, that is in type of liquid or paste. Okay, this electrode and electrolyte offer some resistance to the flow of charge inside the battery is known as internal resistance. See, the real battery is made up of electrode and electrolyte. There is a resistance to the flow of charge within the battery. This resistance is called internal resistance. The resistance offered by the electrode and electrolyte inside the cell, okay, to the flow of charge within the battery is known as internal resistance. Okay, then next, that is long answer question. Explain the determination of internal resistance of a cell using voltmeter. Okay, here in this question they are asking the how to find the internal resistance of the cell by using voltmeter. Okay, see, for this we need to consider a cell of EMF psi and having the internal resistance R. Okay, we know very well the cell is connected with a voltmeter. Okay, voltmeter is always said as high resistance voltmeter. Okay, it is connected with the voltmeter. It shows the EMF of the cell. Okay, this circuit is known as open circuit. Okay, because it does not, this voltmeter does not draw large amount of current. Okay, for deflection it will take very small or negligible current for the deflection. Okay, then this circuit is connected with a external resistance. Okay, like this. Then across the external resistance I attach the same voltmeter, high resistance voltmeter. At that instant it will be a closed circuit. So I is a current flowing through the circuit, I is a current flowing through the resistor R. So there is a voltage drop across R. Okay, then the voltmeter reads the voltage drop across R. Thus this reading must be less than the EMF of the cell. Okay, because there will be some voltage drop across the internal resistance. Okay, so we can write the voltage drop across the resistor R is equal to V, that is equal to EMF minus IR. Here IR is a voltage drop across the internal resistance. Okay, on modifying this, then we get IR is equal to psi minus V. Okay, we know V is equal to IR. Okay, then dividing that equation with this, then we get R is equal to psi minus V by V into capital R. By knowing the EMF, then potential drop across the external resistance, then resistance of that external resistance, we can find the internal resistance of the cell. Okay, this is a technique used to find the internal resistance of the cell by using voltmeter. Okay, to answer this question, we will see what are the important things needed to answer this. Okay, internal resistance of the cell using voltmeter. Okay, first long answer. Okay, first of all I consider a cell of EMF psi whose internal resistance is to be calculated. Okay, having the internal resistance R. Okay, it is indicated as small r. Then the terminal is connected with a high resistance voltmeter. Then this voltmeter must show the EMF of the cell. EMF of the cell, that is psi. Okay, then after I am connecting a external resistance. Okay, I am connecting the external resistance having the resistance value R. Then across the external resistance I am attaching the high resistance voltmeter. Okay, then this is a closed circuit, this is an open circuit. For this combination, the voltmeter, okay, reads the value of the potential drop across R. Okay, that is V is equal to IR. We know very well because I is a current in the circuit. Okay, then we need to find the value of R. We know very well this potential drop across R, that is V, is always less than EMF of the cell, because there will be a resistor that is known as central resistance. So there will be a voltage drop across this resistance, okay, that is I into R. So we can write potential drop across resistor R is equal to psi minus IR, okay. Then rearranging this, we get IR is equal to psi minus V, okay. We know V is equal to IR. Divide by this equation IR by V, okay. Dividing this equation by this one, okay. Then we get IA going to cancel. Then we get R is equal to psi minus V by V into capital R, okay. By knowing the EMF, potential drop across the resistor and resistance of the resistor, we can calculate the internal resistance of the cell, okay. Then our next topic, Kirchhoff rules, okay. Here this is the rules that are used in a complex network to find the current and voltage, okay. For simple circuit we can use Ohm's law. Here in this topic, let me see the book back question. That is, first one is state Kirchhoff current rule, okay. This is a rule we can apply in a junction, okay, in order to find the current, okay. Kirchhoff current rule state that the algebraic sum of the current at any junction of the circuit is 0, okay. Algebraic sum of the current at any junction will be 0. Here it is a statement for conservation of electric charge, okay. Then second one, that is Kirchhoff voltage rule, okay. Kirchhoff voltage law, it is applicable only for the closed circuit, okay. Here this shows the algebraic sum of the product of current and resistance of each part of the loop or circuit is equal to total EMF included in the circuit, okay. It is represented as summation of IR is equal to summation of EMF. That means in a closed circuit, algebraic sum of product of current and resistance in each part of the loop is equal to algebraic sum of EMF in the closed loop, okay. This is a law of conservation of energy, okay. Here it follow conservation of electric charge, it follow conservation of energy, okay. Then state the principle of potentiometer, okay. Potentiometer work on the principle that EMF of the cell is directly proportional to balancing length, okay. If balancing length is more, EMF will be more, okay. Then EMF psi is equal to IRL. Here R is a resistance per unit length of the potentiometer wire, and I is a current in the potentiometer, okay. The next one, state and explain Kirchhoff rule, okay. We know how to state the Kirchhoff rule, then we have to explain it, okay. We know for a Kirchhoff first law, that is current law, is applicable to the junction alone, okay. If the current coming to the junction, if okay, different current coming to the junction, okay, we can consider the current entering the junction is positive and leaving junction is taken as negative, okay. Here see, sir, there is a sign convention. Current flows towards a junction is positive. Here I1, I2 are the current that are moving towards the junction, okay. Current that are flowing towards the junction, so it is taken as plus I1 plus I2, okay. But I3, I4, I5 are leaving junction, so it can be taken as minus. See, algebraic sum of the current meeting a junction is 0. We can write plus I1 plus I2 because they are entering the junction. But I3, I4, I5 are leaving junction. We can say it as minus I3 minus I4 minus I5. That is equal to 0. Then we get a one more thing, that is I1 plus I2 is equal to I3 plus I4 plus I5. This states I1 and I2 are current entering junction. I3, I4, I5 are current leaving junction. We can state Kirchhoff first law as the current entering junction is equal to current leaving junction. That means the sum of the current entering the junction is equal to sum of the current leaving junction, okay. Then Kirchhoff voltage law, that is applicable to the closed loop, okay. We know the product of current, sum of the product of current and resistance in each part of the loop is equal to total EMF included in the loop, okay. Here also some sign convention is there. If suppose I consider a resistor, okay, having the two end AB, if suppose I is a current flowing from A to B and we are going from A to B, okay, then we can write V is equal to plus IR. Okay, our followed direction is same as that of direction of the current, so we can write V is equal to plus IR. Okay, see, the product of current and resistance is positive if the current direction is followed. Okay, the product of current and resistance is taken as positive if suppose we are proceeding, the proceeding direction is same as that of direction of the flow of current. Okay, if the current is in opposite direction, okay, if suppose it is going from A to B but our followed direction is B to A, for that case we have to put V is equal to minus IR. Okay, see, here in this case the current is flowing from A to B but our direction is from B to A. Okay, it is against the direction, so we can write V is equal to minus IR. Okay, also EMF is positive when moving from negative to positive terminal. Okay, we are moving from negative to positive terminal. See, going from A to B, that means negative to positive, then EMF can be written as plus I. If suppose we are moving from positive to negative, that means B to A, then we can write V is equal to minus I. Okay, then okay students, in tomorrow class let we see the Wheatstone bridge, the next meter bridge and principle of potentiometer, then thermoelectric effects. Okay, Seebeck effect, Thomson effect. Here you have to create a key points for these questions. Okay, you have to create a key point, that is that will help you in your exam. Okay, thank you.